The Iranian president and his foreign minister are still missing after the helicopter they were on crashed in the mountains northwest of Iran. Search teams are working around the clock to try and find the missing aircraft, but efforts are being hampered by heavy fog. Joining me live now is Macquarie University research fellow Carly Moore-Gilbert. Carly, great to see you. This is something that could really shake up the leadership of the Iranian regime, and I note already the country's Prime Minister was out there warning that it really changes nothing of the management of the country. Is that true, though?
I think on some level it's absolutely true because, of course, Iran is an authoritarian regime ruled by a supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, who is 85 years old and is very much thinking about his succession plan, but he is remaining in power as of today anyway, and he's the one that calls the shots. So in that sense, we should see some continuity. However, this is, the head of state of the country of Iran and his foreign minister and a number of other top-level officials we're talking about. So absolutely it's going to destabilise and shake up Iranian politics, irrespective of the fact that the guy on top, Ali Khamenei, remains in power.
And what might that shake-up look like, Kylie? Would it fundamentally change the direction of this pretty oppressive regime? Or would it just be more of the same? Someone else would step up and fill the vacuum with almost a copycat?
I think the regime, if reports of Raisi's passing are true, it would like to think that someone else would just step up and fill this gap and business as usual continues. But I think it would have quite a destabilising effect in that you would see a power struggle emerge amongst various hardliners as to who will succeed Raisi, but also it's thrown the succession to Ali Khamenei into question. Raisi was widely seen to be a potential supreme leader in the future, quite a weak and pliable one that might be kind of a puppet supreme leader influenced by the Revolutionary Guard Corps, for instance. So if he should pass away, who would be the next supreme leader? And keeping in mind Khamenei is 85 years old.
Yeah.
His son is a potential successor, and this could clear the way for some sort of dynastical rule in Iran with the son of Khamenei, Mojtaba Khamenei, manoeuvring his way into power. So it really could shake things up, and you might see an internal power struggle within various factions of the regime over who would be the next president.
Yeah, and when you do see these internal power struggles, what is true, Kylie, and you see it time and time again, is that, when there's these power struggles, people are trying to prove their credentials or prove how hardline or otherwise they are when they do get into power. So could this change the dynamic of what we're seeing in the Middle East, the power that Iran is put behind Hamas, for example?
It's a huge distraction for Iran. Should they have to hold presidential elections? I mean, they only recently held their latest authoritarian elections for president. Should they have to hold another set of elections? Should they have to focus on shoring up power amongst their base and, seeing off any factional infighting? Obviously, they're going to be very distracted from foreign affairs and other events in the Middle East that they're very, clearly influential in at the moment, including backing terror organisations like the Houthis in Yemen, Hamas, Hezbollah. So this very much would play into the hands of Iran's enemies, let's say, and could potentially destabilise Iran's support for some of these groups in the short term. But longer term, I think whoever it is that succeeds Raisi is going to maintain the same policy of support for those groups.
Iran is good at their own propaganda and manipulation as well. There will be no doubt conspiracy theories that abound from this kind of crash, and that might involve America. Do you fully expect that to happen, or are we not quite in that territory yet?
Oh no, within moments of reports emerging of this helicopter crash last night, the conspiracy theories already started swirling in Iranian Twitter, which I was watching. As with all the memes and people celebratory dancing, people setting off fireworks preemptively, say, in Iran too, all the conspiracy theories have already started swirling. It's the Mossad, it's the Americans. It could be disgruntled people within Iran because obviously President Raisi is widely loathed and resoundingly disliked inside and outside of Iran. I mean, the guy is a war criminal. He has the blood of thousands of people on his hands. He's been sanctioned by the United States. He has so many enemies inside and outside of his country that any number of them could have potentially, if you were to adopt a conspiratorial mindset, could have potentially done this. So, I think we probably expect to see those ramping up. Should he actually be confirmed to have passed away, Iran, they love their conspiracy theories, as do any people in a authoritarian regime where you can't trust state media and propaganda abounds. So I think we will see, a huge number of those conspiracy theories flooding the internet if it's confirmed that he's died.
Yeah, I think so too. Kylie Moore-Gilbert, always good to talk to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. See you soon.